Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're looking and testing out the Amzchef coffee grinder. We are huge fanatics of coffee in this family. We do have a bean to cup coffee machine, but at the weekend we do like to enjoy and use the coffee press. It's just something a little bit nice of sitting down on the table in the morning and have a large pot of coffee in front of you. Generally, to use coffee press you do need the coffee that's already ground. And this is something that we end up, we're buying in the supermarket. But you honestly cannot beat a freshly ground coffee. It just keeps more of the aromas, more of the flavor, and it just tastes that much better. Of course, when those guys offered me one of those for a review, I definitely said yes, because I don't actually have the individual coffee grinder. So looking at that, it does have a lot of going for it. And it's quite intriguing because it does offer you a 24 grind settings. And apparently, really interesting that you can actually grind the coffee as fine as, so you can make yourself a Turkish coffee. For anyone who's not aware, the Turkish coffee is something you do on a hob in a tiny little pot, and it's meant to be really thick. So to achieve that, the coffee has to be pretty much ground into the powder. So that'd be very interesting to see whether this machine can do this. But otherwise, apparently it's meant to be easy to clean. It's got a big container on the top. It's got a display. And yes, it is automatic, but you do have a full control over the time and the grind settings. So without further ado, let's open it up and have a look. So it is all out of the box. So we have a little manual here. So we obviously have to have a look because I need to familiarize myself with these settings. But look at that. It is pretty dinky. I thought it would be a little bit bigger, but it kind of feels nice and sturdy, so it's all good. So anyway, the other bonus on this machine here, it does come with the what they call a portafilter holder here. So if you do have an espresso machine, or if you see them in sort of the coffee places, they have one of those little cups, if you wish, with a handle that screws onto your coffee machine. The idea is you can actually place this and grind your coffee grounds straight into that, which is, I think, is a good idea. I don't have one, so I'll be taking this off, but nonetheless, you have the little cup to put underneath to catch your coffee when you grind it. Looks like a little cleaning brush, and then you have yourself, obviously, the place where you put your coffee with the 24 numbers here to tell you about the coarseness of the coffee, and it indicates to you obviously for which coffee is best as well. So what we're going to do, I'm going to quickly have a look through the manual, and then we're going to plug this in and have a closer look at the display. So there we are. This is the unit close up. You can see it is pretty tiny, which is good. So let's get this thing off first of all. Okay, it's quite handy. You've got 2 little screws, or 3 screws in fact, just to pop this off. If it's not something that you're using, just put that aside. So having a look at the manual, okay, it seemed to be kind of really pretty well explanatory here. It just tells you what the things are, what they're called, and then of course there it tells you what to do and what instance, and it gives you obviously options there for different coffees, for espresso, for double espresso. So yeah, it kind of looks okay. So let's get the coffees in. So we'll put the coffee in here. So this is the bit on the top. You can see here it tells you for French press, for drip pourer, and for the espressos. So let's get some beans in there. That's what we do first. Ooh, let's get them in the cup. Okay, so smells good. Right, close the lid, and on the inside it's got a lock and unlock button there. No button, but to indicate to you how to lock it. So let's get that right. Okay, so now it's clicked into place. So let's select, what shall we select? Let's go with the French press, you can see here. So the coarseness there, let's go for the number 24. Okay, so now let's get it plugged in. So plugging it in, so here we go. You can see display lit up. You got 4 buttons here. So the first one is for normal coffee. And you can see here, it's done in cups. So we have from 2 to 12 cups. So if you're only making 2 for 2 people, it grinds this for you, which is good. So it's already pre-calculating the weight of the coffee, which is brilliant, I think. So now we have the espresso, you've got single, and you've got times. So it's preset to 7 seconds, it already knows. And then you've got the double espresso, 14 seconds. And as I understand, look, we can change the time. Because making coffee, it's very kind of personal experience, and it depends what you like. So you can hold the button and it goes up to maximum, and then you can press individually. It changes the seconds, and then you obviously press grind. So we're going to go for 2 cups, so let me get to 2. Okay, let's put that underneath and let's grind it and see. Okay, that came out super fast. I did not expect that, but here we go, right? You get to see this is kind of, let me just have a look a little bit better on my hand. Yeah, this is kind of what you expect from a, the coffee grounds for the coffee press. Oh, that God, smells so good. Right, okay. So now let's select the grind. Let's go for 12. Okay, so let's go with, well, let's go with the same. So 2 cups on the 12. Let's go. I gotta say, I am impressed with the speed, the sheer speed that comes out at. I think it's brilliant. Right, so let's have a look then. Okay, yeah, they're definitely much better. You got less of the bigger chunks, so it's very fine. Well, halfway. So okay, let's now go for even finer. Put this under and let's go for the espressos. So okay, we go all the way to the end and we're gonna do 2 cups again and let's give it a go. Okay. Yeah, I can see. That's actually amazingly how he's doing that. Look, it's pretty much a powder. So now, okay, we're going to push it to its limits. So we'll go again. So let's go with that. So 40 seconds. So let's see what that will produce. Okay, so there we are. Let's have a look. Okay, well, that looks pretty much powdery. I see they understand that the timer now, 40 seconds, is to actually the amount of time it's grinding rather than potentially getting this into even finer. But nonetheless, they're pretty good. So now let's do a last try because I didn't put that all the way to the 0 on the side. So we're going for literally the smallest grind. So let's give that a go. Let's go with that. Let's go with espresso. So we go with 7 seconds. So understand here you can control if you do say if you are having espresso, 7 seconds will give you enough to do an espresso drink. But if you do want it a little bit stronger, adding on another second or 2 just gives you that bit more of a little bit more of the beans to create a basically more richer coffee. But of course, this is why you get the control. So 7 will guarantee you get yourself a proper use of beans without wasting too many on the too strong of a coffee. So nice, right, let's do it. Okay, yeah, that looks a little bit more finer as well. So if I put this here, you can have a look. I'm sorry, I'm doing this on my hand because then I can feel this better and I can sort of show you a little bit better. So yeah, it does feel like it's definitely, look at that, you can see it's literally all over my fingers. So it is, that's going to be perfect for a Turkish coffee. So there we are. I think they did pretty good. So here on the manual as well, it just tells you, okay, a little bit more information as well. So you've got the grind size settings recommendations. So if you have the espresso machine, it tells you obviously the grind size should be fine, settings not to 8, and then maximum time for the in seconds. And the same goes with the drip and pour over. It tells you the maximum grind is 40 seconds, and it tells you obviously the medium size for the beans, and then you've got the coarse for the French press again. with the 40 seconds maximum time. And then it tells you there obviously how to clean that. Everything is meant to be easy cleanable and washable, which is really good. So now let's have a look actually at the beans close up. So here we are. We're going through the most coarse one through the settings that I've gone through. I haven't done obviously the all 24 because they're just silly, but you can see this is the really coarse one for the French press. You can see the chunks of the coffee. Then we moved on to the middle roughly, and then we've gone to the fine, and then this is the ones they are done it's pretty much the espresso on level 2. Okay, you can see it is a bit powdery, and then this was the espresso on 0, so pretty much you can see that it's a bit like really fine sand, which is perfect for a Turkish coffee. So there we are, guys. I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed with their little unit. And I'm not just saying that, I promise. First of all, I'm impressed with the speed that the beans have come out. That seemed to be really, really fast. But secondly, I'm actually quite impressed with the accuracy. At that sort of speed, you think maybe, it's not going to be so accurate to compare to, the selected grinding options, but the results are there, and this is just me going through the few of the options. So to me, I think this is pretty good. Another thing as well is the housing is made of stainless steel, but it's sort of a bit polished to have some sort of a finish to it. That means that if I'm touching this, there's no fingerprint on there, which is always good. And the key point as well, with the display, I did tell you it feels a bit solid. It kind of feels like a quality display, so when you touch it, nothing moves. But the point as well, the display is actually fingerprint resistant as well, which is always bonus in any kitchen, I'm pretty sure. And the final thing as well, guys, it does have a low grinding speed, which reduces static electricity and heat when you're grinding beans. You'll probably be aware that if you have a heat buildup when you're grinding the beans, it will affect the flavor of your beans. So there we are, right? It is exactly what it is. You've got tons and tons of options. If you don't want to fiddle with the options, you don't have to. Things are there already preset for you, but it gives you flexibility to get your coffee exactly how you want it. So there we are, guys. I hopefully you have enjoyed this video. I'll put all the information down below. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.